Unmute myself.
Okay, well, thank you everybody for coming tonight. We are really excited to do some training with you all. And there's just so many things that we can tackle, but felt it was super important to really hit on something with the products. So we have a product training set up for you by Autumn Rush herself. And then we're gonna focus a little bit on mindset as well, and the importance of mindset, because what we think is what we're gonna do or not do. And so Becca's gonna be training on that, and then I'm gonna be bringing in the rear for y'all, and we're gonna be talking about the importance of freedom and eliminating chaos and stress. So, Autumn, I'm gonna hand it over to our product group.
I am your product guru. Glad to be with you all tonight. Like she said, I'm Autumn. I'm glad to be here. The products are kind of one of the things that really excite me to talk about. So I'm glad to be able to share with you guys tonight. So probably most of you are familiar with Reset, and maybe you've had clients that have done Reset, but what I am doing today is like a deep dive into everything you want to know about why this is valuable, okay? Why we're going to be doing it as a team coming up in a week or so, 2 weeks, and why Plexus would create something like this. So did you know that we on average consume about 77 grams of sugar a day? And that's about 3 times the amount that we should be consuming. So that equals about 60 pounds of sugar a year. Okay, so a diet that we're used to like this, it's high in sugar, high in fat, high in sodium, and low in fruits and vegetables and lean proteins is going to negatively impact our metabolism. All right, and that's what Reset is all about, resetting our metabolism. Oops, I didn't stop. This is also leads to a disruption of our microbiome. We're Plexus people, we're all about the microbiome, okay? So we have scientific studies proving that fasting regularly works wonders for helping the body get back on track with our weight, helps us to be able to burn fat for fuel and preserve lean muscle tone, okay? It gets your cells working like in a cleanup state. Like think of soldiers that are getting ready for war. They're like making sure all the, the guns are working, everything is ready to go. That's what your body does in a fasting state. So fasting is really good for us. And side note, it's in the Bible, right? When you fast. So, science catches up with the Bible. So what is this? And what makes it reset our metabolism? So there's 3, is there stuff in it? Or is it, okay. All right, so this is what it looks like when it comes to you. And handy dandy box here. And inside you have this, which can help you change things around if you need to, or give you like helpful hints and stuff like that. Because you might have some questions, but each day is the same. So everything you need for day 1 is in here, day 2, day 3, and they're all the same thing. So what's in each one of these boxes is a hydrate. I'm gonna open them all up and everything. A hydrate, a lean protein shake, which will be for your breakfast, a hunger control slim for mid-morning, a collagen bone broth for lunch, a mid-afternoon smart snack, it's like a little like granola bar, something you can actually sink your teeth into, along with an active to kind of help with the afternoon energy that you need. For your supper, you'll have collagen tomato basil soup. And then right before bed, you'll have a Restore, which is like something you mix with water, and it can be hot or cold. So why does it work? Okay, so this is a high protein, low carb fast, nutritionally sound fast. This is the way we should be eating every day, actually. This gets our body into a fat burning mode because we aren't giving our body the sugar and carbs to store as fat. We're going to the fat stores for energy, okay? This is going to give you that jump start on weight loss and on revving up your metabolism, which helps you in a lot of other ways that I'll cover in a few minutes. So we want to see, for us and also for the people that we're sharing the Reset with, it's going to really help them get motivated because you're going to see those results quickly. And they're not going to be quick come and gone results. They're going to stay, okay? Especially if you follow it up with triplex. All right, so in the beginning, you'll want to encourage your clients to take measurements of your arms, your legs, your chest, your waist, your thighs. You're going to see those things decrease in weight and also in bloat, okay? So each day is 68 grams of protein, and it's more protein if you add a milk product to the lean for your breakfast. And it's not just about losing weight, okay? It's about resetting the metabolism so your body burns fat as fuel. I keep coming back to that, okay? That's what makes it the preferred method. It's your jump start to your path to success. And as far as triplex, like if you're already on triplex, you're already on Plexus products, you definitely keep using them. So you keep doing those throughout the 3 days that you do your reset. All right, so what's recommended for our reset? Mostly what's recommended is every 90 days. So it's about every 3 months. Some people do it monthly. Some people stretch it out over, like every 6 months. It's really totally up to you, okay? So to kind of sum that up, reset works to decreasing cellular inflammation and insulin sensitivity. So that's what we're all about, gut health, insulin sensitivity, and inflammation, okay? We're all about balancing those 3 pillars of our health. And that's what reset kind of gets us a jump start on that. So in practicality, what are you going to see? Like what's going to happen? So brain fog is lifted, brain clarity is what has been reported, cravings control, appetite control, clearer skin, weight loss. The average weight loss is 6 pounds, better fitting clothes, of course, bloating reduced or gone, more energy, willpower over food. That's a big one because, for one thing, you've done this thing so you can feel, good about yourself. And for another, it's reset your metabolism. So willpower over food is a big one. And therefore breakthrough in your health goals. This is another reason why it's great for us to make sure that we're telling our clients about this option because they're coming to us for their health goals. So, this is one of the great ways to kind of help them jumpstart and better sleep. Okay, so let me give you some tips about how to use your reset, how to make it worth your time. All right, so plan it well, okay? This is going to be 3 days. You want to make sure you're not planning it over your birthday weekend or Christmas or Thanksgiving or when you're traveling or on your cycle. Just plan it another time, okay? So you can get the most out of it. Follow the plan. Everything is right there, right on the boxes, tells you when to do things, how to do it. It's right there. You bought it, so make the most of the investment. Another thing is to sign up for Pivotal. Most of us know what our Pivotal is, but it's a platform for education, for support, community. There's exercises on there. There's all kinds of, cool recipes, grocery lists and stuff like that, but mostly you want the support. Because we know that if we have accountability and support, we're way more likely to enjoy the process and to finish it. Okay, so let's see, stay busy. This is another great tip. So it would be good to have something that you're doing, like do this during your work week or do this when you're gonna have something to do. Not overly exerting yourself. You should keep like exercise to a minimum because you're just not going to have the calorie, load to be able to support doing your normal, vigorous exercises. But do try to keep busy with something, mostly to keep your brain busy so that you're not thinking about food or about snacking. We also have a Facebook group for Reset. I think it's called 123 Reset. And that's another one too. You can post your pictures in there. You can encourage other people. Again, another great way for accountability and community. Finish it. That's kind of goes without saying, but you got it, see it through and finish it and be really proud of yourself for making it all the way through. Another thing is, like we always talk about for ourselves and for our clients, that we stay hydrated. Your body is detoxifying right now, so you want to make sure that you're still drinking your water, half your body weight in water. You can still keep doing that while you're on your reset. Sleep. Sleep is also very important. That's when your cells do their restoring and fixing work. So you want to get your good 8 hours of sleep for your cellular repair. And if any of you are worried about, like, you know, what if I'm just famished, I can't do that? There are in the booklet there are ways that you can add a little something to your reset in order to kind of get you through if you're going through a really starving time, like, you know, cucumbers, or I think there's almonds, half an apple or something like that. So that is what I have about the reset. Hope there was something in there that you didn't know, or something that will help you to just be like, wow, you know, it's doing all this work. It's a nutritionally sound fast. And now I'm going to go over just really quickly triplex. So we always like to encourage folks to follow up the reset with triplex, because you got a jump start here, but it's like you're starting a race. So you don't just jump at the beginning of the race, you want to keep going. And triplex is going to help you keep those gains that you made when you lost weight and bloat and all that stuff. So basically our triplex is our Slim, our ProBio 5, and our Bio Cleanse. So just really quickly, our Slim helps to balance our blood sugar. When your blood sugar is balanced, that's your insulin, that's your master hormone, and that helps to balance everything else out. When you're like we talked about in the beginning, so much sugar spikes our insulin up and down all day. It's in like ketchup, it's in bagels, you know, it's in everything. So we want that to not be happening. And that's what is inside a Slim to help balance those things. It reduces the circulating glucose in your body. The next thing is ProBio 5. That's our probiotic. That's one of our main ones. And, you know, like I say a lot when I'm talking to people or when I'm doing events, is that, you know, there's lots of probiotics on the market. There's really expensive ones that are in like refrigerators, and there's cheap ones. And people sometimes have tried probiotics and not felt anything. But Plexus doesn't do it unless they can do it better. So our probiotics are freeze-dried to go through the heat of your system, through your stomach acid, and release into your intestines. That's where you want the good bacteria to be. So not only is it that though, but it's also going to go in and kill the bad guys, the bad bacteria, the fungal overgrowth and things like that, because you don't want to just put, you know, good grass seed out in a weedy yard. You want to get the weeds out too. So that makes our probiotic superior. And then while ProBio 5 is going in there and breaking down stuff and repopulating with the good guys, we need our Bio Cleanse, which is our magnesium and vitamin C supplement that comes in and does the work of cleaning out on a cellular level. It's not like be near the potty all the time, but it's going to gently flush out those cells in your body. Because most of us are deficient in magnesium. Our soil is depleted. Our fruits and vegetables are not as nutritionally, you know, sound as they were a generation ago. So we need that magnesium for over 300 cellular functions. So that's our triplex. And again, like if you're already on triplex and you want to do reset, you would just keep on doing triplex through it. Or if you start with reset, then you finish it up with triplex. So that's what I have for you.
All right, thank you. All right, well, I'm Becca, and I'm here to talk about mindset, because this is where I have had to do the most work. And it is hard work. It's hard work thinking, it's hard work to just reflect. It's hard to be self-aware. There's just so many things that come with our mindset. And so I'm actually going to talk a little bit about overcoming obstacles tonight. So obstacles are defined as a thing that blocks the way or prevents or hinders our progress. So if you find a path with no obstacles, it probably doesn't lead anywhere. So that means if you're just cruising along, life is easy breezy and comfortable, then you're probably not growing. You're probably not making a huge difference, and you're probably not reaching your full potential. You're probably on the path of least resistance. And we really do want to be on a path that has resistance, because that is where we are reaching for goals. We are becoming our whole self. We are overcoming those things that try to hold us back from stepping into our full potential. Setting goals is always a great start and a great first step. And achieving them is really the second step, but that is where we can stumble. Why do we stumble? It's not because our goal is out of reach, but it's because there's unexpected and usually random obstacles that get in our way. And life. I mean, I've been feeling it this week with all the things, school ending, and life can just get in the way. It's the goals that we set, and then along the way, we have landmines and problems. And it's easy for us to just throw our hands up in the air. I can't do this. This isn't for me. I'm just giving up. It's too hard. Forget it. Right? And obviously, we do not want to do that. We don't want to do that. It doesn't have to end that way. And so I want to talk to you about, there's three really main obstacles that we typically are going to face. One is personal, one is social, and one is environmental. And tonight I want to talk more so about personal, because this is where I have done most of my work. Personal obstacles have to do with our bad habits, our emotions, our fears, limiting beliefs, lack of patience, discipline, knowledge, lack of inspiration, lack of desire or passion, having some sort of deficiency in a skill set, fear of change, fear of failure, feeling unworthy, procrastination, perfectionism, disorganization, pessimism, no urgency, not taking responsibility, too many excuses, or even complaining. That's heavy stuff, guys. Heavy stuff. I can see myself in a lot of those descriptions prior to all this personal growth and mindset work I've done. We can all identify with a lot of those things, but the good news is, that when we work on our mindset and we start to reflect and we start to ask ourselves some questions and move through these things, then we can overcome these tough obstacles. So we're going to go ahead and dive into these thought patterns, because we know ultimately that is going to determine our feelings, which is going to lead to our actions, and will relate to results or lack of results for that matter. So I do have 15 questions, so you might want to get your pen ready, and or I will send them to you guys if need be. But I do have some tough questions, and these are great questions that we're going to ask ourselves when you're working specifically through mindset, especially when you're trying to reach goals. All right, so number one, am I seeing the full picture? Or is something missing? Number two, what would other people see in this situation? How would they interpret things? Number three.
Yes. Let me go back over to please.
Okay. What would other people see in the situation? How would they interpret things? So basically asking for perspective from an outside source. Number three, what is the silver lining here? The day is going to be horrible, so much going on, but what is the silver lining? Where is the positive that I can find here? Number four, what evidence and facts do I tend to overlook? Number five, what am I saying to myself? And is it true? So again, going to the truth of the Bible, what does God say about me? Who does he say I am? always bringing it back to the truth of God's word, for sure. Number 6, how could I find this experience as an opportunity rather than an obstacle? And number 7, is anybody a worrier? Does worrying about this protect me or prepare me? Mm-hmm.
Can you say that one more time?
Yes.
That's what I really need to hear again.
Does worrying about this protect me or prepare me? And is it helpful? Number 8, what is the worst and best outcome? So what is the worst and what is the best? And is it really that serious? Most of us do a lot of scary things in this business, right? And we all like to say, did you die? No, probably not. I reached out recently, while you guys are writing, I reached out recently to a dream teamer, had a very successful MLM business elsewhere. And that was really, really scary. But I was so proud of myself. And I texted Kaylene like right after and said, I did not die. And was it worth it? It could be. She may or may not join, I don't know. But I did it anyway. Did it scary. So I still do scary things. What number am I? Oh, number 9. How much of this situation is under my direct control? Number 10, does thinking this way tend to motivate me? And I think that's a really good one to think about. Does it actually motivate me to move forward, or is it actually pulling me backwards? Number 11, what kind of should and must statements do I tend to make? So I shoulda, coulda, right? Shoulda, coulda done a lot of things. Number 12, what unreasonable demands do I put on myself and others? Number 13, what assumptions am I making about myself and others in this situation? And we know what assuming can do. Number 14, what will I lose by not making these changes? Change is hard, but if I don't do it, what will become of that? What will happen? What won't happen? 15, what is a new thought I can use that is more helpful and balanced? So I encourage you guys to really think about some of these things to help yourself move forward from personal mindset issues that often become obstacles for you on your way to your goals. And I promise if you take time to reflect, think, journal, think about these things, pray about these things, talk to your upline, read about them. Because our thoughts are very chaotic at times. So learn how to bring order to them by speaking them out, whether that's talking with someone, whether that's journaling. Set aside time to think. So I think I would like to be a better journaler, but I do think that with journaling, it really does help to get all of your thoughts down, all the things that you're thinking, whether it's fears or whatever it is. But it also helps you to be able to become more aware of certain patterns that you might have. So ask yourself questions, actively reflecting and figuring out what the limiting beliefs are, or what mindset trap you've fallen in. Been there, done that. And next time you're faced with these obstacles, when you're facing a big goal, you will be more easily and be ready to problem solve around it so that it doesn't stop you from moving forward. So this was just to kind of finish up, this was a part of my devotion just 2 days ago as I was starting to think and starting to prepare. And I just think it's very fitting. Who and what we listen to defines what we will do in life, the risks we will take, and who we will become. If we constantly hear that we are failures, not good enough, not talented enough, not pretty enough, not smart enough, and a lot of those times it's from our own thoughts. It's not someone always verbalizing that to you. It's what we tell ourselves. That was my answer, not the devotion. But we will begin to believe those lies and then settle for mediocre existence instead of the abundant faith-filled adventure that Jesus has called us to live. And listening to those wrong voices will cripple and immobilize you. Done that, been there, done that too. Conversely, if we are hearing affirming, life-giving, hope-filled messages from the Word of God, we will take greater risks because we will have the faith to believe that Jesus is who he says he is and will do what he has promised. God's word is living and active and breathing life back into dead bones where his souls and broken hearts are. So I wanted to end with a quote from Uncle John. For those of you who don't know who Uncle John is, John Maxwell. Pursue your dreams, strive for excellence, and become the person you were created to be, and accomplish all that you were put on this earth to do. Leadership will help you do that. Learn to lead not just for yourself, but for the people who follow you. As you reach the highest levels, don't forget to take others with you to be the leaders of tomorrow. The end.
Mindset. It really is the crutch that either keeps us going or holds us back. Thanks for that. And thank you, Autumn, for releasing that breakdown. So I'm going to be talking about anxiety. I'm going to be talking about our health. I'm going to be talking about freedom. As we're going into summer break, day 1 of summer vacation for us right here. Guess what was in our house? Chaos. Chaos is not my friend. Chaos causes me anxiety. Chaos causes me frustration and stress. And so I'm going to speak about this because there are ways that we can overcome this. So I don't know if you were in the team chat this week, but I did share that I was very proactive about planning out our summer schedule. So just having a basis of structure and what I want it to look like. I know perfectionism, all of that is not going to be perfect, but having a structure and having a plan is number 1 to eliminating anxiety and chaos, right? Helping our children know the expectations. This is the expectations for today. This is what needs to be done before, hey, a friend calls and says, hey, let's go swimming, or you want device time. Set those clear expectations. That eliminates frustration. So having a plan, of course, is important. Now, our bodies, I'm going to speak to this personally because when we had Brittany come a couple months ago, I experienced some severe anxiety, but not in a way where it was like nervousness, but it was stress. And it was just constant thinking and trying to figure things out and putting pressures on myself. And it caused my body to experience health issues. And I didn't notice them right away. I noticed them last couple weeks ago. And so it does, it has an effect. Like it happens, the events happen, the anxiety happens, but then the body, it'll show up later. And so signs that you are living in anxiety is maybe you owe money. That is one of the top stressors in people's lives. Try not to owe money. If you do, that's why you work harder at Flexus so you can pay it off. If you're surrounded by clutter and chaos, figure out ways to eliminate the clutter, the chaos. Have a plan. If it means you need to have your kids pick up their toys before bedtime, if it means that teenagers need to have the dishes done before they go to bed, you know, however that works, that's going to help you because we work from home. And working from home is an added difficulty when people live there. And there's lots of you come back and it is not. Okay. Having no margin on your calendar. This also played a big role in my health. And we can control this. We are the managers of our time. And time is one of the most precious things that we have. And so it's important that we guard it, that we utilize it for our benefit to get us where we want to go, giving our time where we want it to be, and giving it to the people we value the most. And so if you don't have boundaries, guess what? You're going to be taken advantage of. You're going to be overworked. And I was thinking in the shower this morning, I'm like, we can't outgive God, but we can outgive our bodies. And it's really important that we know our limitations. And so just through this one experience recently, I learned my limitations and what I need to do to give myself more margin, to give myself less chaos, what I need to do to help myself just calm down, step away. But we need to take ownership of our life. And if we don't, others are going to take it from us. And so as leaders in a business, our inbox is always full. We always have messages coming in. There's never we're never shy of problems, right? But there's no emergencies in network marketing. And so know that when you schedule your focused work time with Lexus and you've accomplished your goal for that day, you put your phone down, give your family the time, give yourself the time, and know that you've got your work hours scheduled the next day. Now what happens is we aren't disciplined, right? And we say, oh, today got away from me, life happened, so I'll just pick it up tomorrow. Pressure, right? So keep those promises to yourself. Keep them, no matter what you do, keep them. If something comes up and a family says, hey, let's go to the park today, and you're like, okay, how am I gonna make this happen? If they can't rework their schedule, you can rework yours, but something else is gonna have to go, right? So you have to think about what is going to contribute to what you are wanting and where you're wanting to go. And you are gonna have to say no to some things, sometimes. All right, when there is no organization in our lives, chaos takes over and our bodies pay the price. So it is so important that we have a plan, that we work to be organized, and that we don't allow those distractions to take over. But we can have freedom. There is hope here. In our busy, chaotic life, there is hope. And so what I want you to know is that with intentionality, with really thinking about what's happening in your day, having your plan, if something comes up, know how you're gonna rebound or how you're gonna make this work, what else you're gonna have to give up in place of this. So if you say yes to something, you're saying no to something else. So is this what you want to be saying yes to? And change begins with identity. So who is it that you want to be? What is it that you want to do? First of all, we know that we're children of God. That is our number one identity. Many of us are moms. Many of us are wives. Many of us might be grandmas. But what is your identity? Who is it that you want to be? And I'll say, when I started Plexus, when they got on the phone with me, they're like, have you ever considered this as a business opportunity? And I was like, no, and this will not be part of my identity. And here I am today. But hey, this is a gift. And so how you view this opportunity, how you view yourself, you don't always see you as a leader when you first get started, but you grow yourself as the leader and you become that leader and you choose to be. And so it's encouraging and it's a beautiful journey. But these are some of the hurdles that we have to face and learn how to work through. So creating boundaries. If you do not own your life, somebody else will own you. So as a pastor's family, we know a lot about this. We get the phone calls, you know, and all of a sudden, nope, it's not, this is not our moment. Somebody else needs us, but we do have to create those boundaries for our family as well. But, there's one last thing I wanted to say. So a lot of the alarms that go off in our body is anxiety, whether it's our schedule that's out of control, it's that our emotions and our frustration take us out of control. Those are all the alarms that are sounding, you know, the anxiety and that we're not in control of our situation, of our life, of our day. And so know when it's happening, be familiar with the signs that your body is showing you. If you're feeling short-tempered, step away and be like, okay, what can I control here? And then what can you do? So, yes, last thing, anxiety is not the problem. It's just the sounding alarm. So a lot of times we can say anxiety, I just struggle with anxiety. I have anxiety issues, whatever. It's not, that's not the issue. Okay, that's just the alarm that's sounding for us to know, okay, I got to get something else under control here. Okay. So freedom comes with a plan. Becca hit a lot of these with mindset. Comes with a plan. Know who you are, your identity, know what your plan is, keep to the plan, and know that the goal, you will hit it, and that you will find freedom, and that you will live that out every day as you learn to become more self-aware and know the signs that you face. So, if anybody have any questions? Not even to me, can be to anybody. We have a few minutes.
I have a couple.
Yeah.
How long, once you start triplex, how long does it take to work, like, to actually see results? Because I'm gonna talk to someone tonight who's having constipation issues, and I need to know what to tell them to expect. 'Cause what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give them some of mine, I'm gonna try it. And, you know, so I need to know what it takes for them to actually see results.
Okay, so for that situation, it's unique to itself. But as a general answer, before I get to that one, if you have struggled with a health situation, it's typically 3 months on the triplex to every year that you have struggled with this one issue. Constipation though, I have high hopes for constipation because I struggled with that. And we can definitely work on starting them with higher dosages of BioCleanse, hydrating a lot, making sure they're drinking a lot of water, hydrate with Reflexus is amazing. But she should be seeing results fairly quickly with that. So.
Second question, with the reset, is that safe for diabetics or people that are insulin resistant?
I heard about that today, but that is something that they do have to consider, because there isn't any sugar or anything like that. I mean, that was one that I did hear about today.
Yeah, so they definitely say check with your doctor, of course, but I know Sauer, she is diabetic and she just adds in and then she just monitors her sugar. But it can be done, but you just have to be aware and know how to find your balance. But yeah, that is something. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna end this recording.
Here.